With St. Patrick's Day rolling around and tapping into my own Irish roots, it's the perfect time to tip our hats to the Emerald Isle's finest contributions to gaming lore. So, let's crack open the digital pages of history and dive into the tales of three of gaming's most legendary Irish lads. Sean Macguire, the cheeky sharpshooter from Red Dead Redemption 2, Sean Devlin, the explosive expert from The Saboteur, and Shay Cormac, the turncoat assassin from Assassin's Creed Rogue. Each one of these characters is a masterpiece of storytelling, blending a bit of that Irish magic, mischief, and might into their adventures. As we explore their lives, an occasional penchant for blowing things up, we celebrate not just their Irishness, but the spirit of Ireland itself that courses through their digital veins. So, grab your controller and a pint, and let's toast to the Irish characters who've left a green footprint in the world of gaming. Here's to a journey filled with as much fun as a St. Patrick's Day parade. Sean Macguire, a mouthy, sharp-tongued member of the Van der Linde gang in Red Dead Redemption 2, brings a distinct Irish charm and wit to the ensemble of outlaws. His backstory, although not deeply explored in the game, hints at a tumultuous life in Ireland, marked by political unrest and the struggle for independence from British rule. This background shapes Sean into a resilient and fiercely loyal individual, qualities that make him a valuable member of the gang. Upon his arrival in the United States, Sean's path inevitably crosses with Dutch Van der Linde and his group of outlaws. This meeting marks the beginning of Sean's involvement in a series of heists, robberies, and escapades aimed at challenging the encroaching forces of civilization and the law. His skills in sharpshooting and his strategic mind quickly become apparent, as does his ability to inject humour and lightheartedness into the direst situations, providing much needed relief to the gang's often grim undertakings. Sean's integration into the gang is seamless, reflecting his yearning for a sense of belonging and family, themes that resonate with many characters within the game. His Irish heritage is frequently showcased through his accent, mannerisms, and stories, painting a picture of a young man who has travelled far from home to escape the troubles of his homeland, only to find himself entangled in a similar fight for freedom and survival in the American West. One of the pivotal moments in Sean's story occurs during a mission in the town of Rhodes, where the gang's plan to exploit a feud between two rival families goes awry. In an unexpected ambush, Sean is fatally shot, marking a sudden and brutal end to his journey. This moment is not only a turning point for the gang, emotionally and structurally, but also serves as a harsh reminder of the violence and unpredictability of the outlaw life. Sean's death leaves a profound impact on the Van der Linde gang. His absence is felt both in the morale of the group and in the dynamics of their interactions. The loss of his levity, camaraderie, and fighting spirit significantly alters the atmosphere within the gang, underscoring the harsh realities of their existence and foreshadowing the challenges to come. Throughout his time with the Van der Linde gang, Sean exemplifies the complexities of the Irish diaspora during the late 19th century. His character offers a glimpse into the lives of those who fled famine and oppression in Ireland, seeking new opportunities and freedoms abroad. In the context of Red Dead Redemption 2, Sean's story is a microcosm of the broader immigrant experience in America, highlighting the themes of displacement, adaptation, and the quest for identity in a foreign land. Sean Macguire's legacy within the game is defined by his buoyant personality, unwavering loyalty, and the brief but memorable impact he has on the story and his fellow gang members. His presence in Red Dead Redemption 2 enriches the narrative, adding depth and colour to the tapestry of characters that players come to know and love. Through Sean, the game pays homage to the spirit of the Irish people, their resilience in the face of adversity, and their indomitable will to forge new paths in unknown lands.
This must be that British mechanic who thinks he's a driver. I'm fucking Irish.
Sean Devlin, the protagonist of The Saboteur, stands as a fascinating blend of historical fiction and video game lore, bringing to life the resistance efforts in Nazi-occupied France during World War II. Though not a real historical figure, Sean is inspired by the likes of William Grover Williams and other real-life heroes of the French resistance. His character is an Irish race car mechanic and driver turned resistant fighter, whose personal vendetta against the Nazis provides a unique lens through which players experience the occupation and the efforts to undermine it. Born in Ireland, Sean's backstory is marked by a rough upbringing in a country struggling for its identity, mirroring Ireland's real-world fight for independence from British rule. This early life instills in Sean a deep-seated hatred for oppression and a fierce desire for freedom, traits that define his actions throughout the game. His journey to becoming a Saboteur begins with his passion for racing, which leads him to compete against Europe, eventually drawing him to Paris on the eve of the Nazi invasion. Sean's transition from racer to resistant fighter is sparked by a tragic turn of events during a race in Saarbrücken, Germany. After being cheated out of a victory by a Nazi officer, Sean and his best friend are captured and tortured by the Gestapo, with Sean being the sole survivor. This personal loss ignites a burning desire for revenge against the officer and the Nazi regime, propelling Sean into the heart of the French resistance. As a Saboteur, Sean's expertise in mechanics and driving becomes invaluable to the resistance efforts. His skills allow him to carry out a variety of sabotage missions, from blowing up bridges and trains to assassinating key Nazi officials. The game emphasises stealth and strategy, reflecting Sean's cunning and resourcefulness in navigating the dangers of occupied Paris. His actions gradually inspire others to join the cause, symbolising the broader movement of resistance that spread across Europe during the war. The narrative arc of the Saboteur is deeply intertwined with Sean's personal journey of redemption and resistance. As he fights against the Nazis, he also grapples with the demons of his past, including guilt over his friend's death and the broader question of what he's fighting for. This internal conflict adds depth to his character, making him more than just a freedom fighter. He's a complex individual facing extraordinary circumstances. Sean's impact on the game's world is made visible through a unique visual mechanic. Areas under heavy Nazi control are depicted in black and white, with only certain elements like the flames of explosions or the red of Nazi flags appearing in colour. As Sean liberates different parts of Paris and the countryside, colour gradually returns to these areas, symbolising the rekindling of hope and freedom. This visual transformation not only reflects Sean's influence on the resistance movement, but also provides a compelling metaphor for the fight against oppression. Throughout the game, Sean encounters a diverse cast of characters, from fellow resistance fighters to sympathetic citizens, each contributing to his understanding of the stakes involved in their struggle. His alliances with these characters, along with his efforts to undermine the Nazis, highlight the importance of unity and collaboration in the face of tyranny. Sean Devlin's character in The Saboteur serves as a tribute to the spirit of resistance that pervaded Nazi-occupied Europe. Through his Irish eyes, players experience the grit and determination of those who fought against oppression, making his story a compelling exploration of resistance, personal redemption, and the indomitable will to fight for freedom. Sean's journey from a vengeful racer to a hero of the resistance embodies the game's message of hope and defiance, leaving a lasting impact on players and honouring the real-life heroes who inspired his creation. Shay Cormac, the protagonist of Assassin's Creed Rogue, represents a unique figure within the Assassin's Creed franchise, embodying a profound shift in perspective for players accustomed to the series' traditional allegiance. Born in New York to Irish immigrants in the 18th century, Shay's early life is one of hardship and survival on the fringes of colonial society. This background sets the stage for his complex character arc, from a loyal member of the Brotherhood of Assassins to a pivotal figure in the Templar Order, marking him as one of the most multifaceted characters in the series. Shay's journey begins within the ranks of the Assassins, where his skills and dedication quickly make him a valued member. His missions for the Brotherhood take him across the North Atlantic, the American colonies, and parts of Europe, showcasing his adeptness in navigation, combat, and stealth. However, Shay's unwavering loyalty is tested when a mission to retrieve a precursor artifact in Lisbon results in a devastating earthquake, leading him to question the morality and intentions of the Assassins' leadership. Haunted by the loss of innocent lives in Lisbon, and disillusioned by the Brotherhood's dismissive response to the catastrophe, Shay's belief in the Assassin's Creed begins to waver. His internal conflict reaches its climax when he decides to defect from the Assassins, stealing a manuscript essential to their quest for precursor sites. This act of betrayal sparks a relentless hunt by his former allies, forcing Shay into a fight for survival against those he once called brothers and sisters. Shay's defection to the Templar Order is not just a change of allegiance, it represents a profound transformation in his worldview. As a Templar, Shay adopts the belief that order and control are necessary for the safety and prosperity of humanity, a stark contrast to the freedom and individuality championed by the Assassins. This ideological shift is central to Shay's character, reflecting his disillusionment with the Assassin's Creed and his desire to prevent further tragedies. As a Templar, Shay becomes a key figure in the struggle against the Assassins, using his knowledge of their tactics and strategies to thwart their plans. His actions significantly impact the power dynamics between the two factions, contributing to the Templars' ascendancy in the colonial territories. Shay's expertise in combat, stealth, and sea navigation, honed during his time with the Assassins, becomes invaluable to the Templar cause, earning him a reputation as a formidable adversary and a loyal Templar. The narrative of Assassin's Creed Rogue is richly interwoven with historical events and figures, placing Shay at the centre of key moments in the 18th century colonial struggle. His interactions with historical characters, including Benjamin Franklin and George Washington, add depth to the game's portrayal of this tumultuous period. Shay's journey also explores the grey areas of morality and loyalty, challenging players to reconsider the usual story of good versus evil traditionally depicted in the Assassin's Creed series. Shay Cormac's legacy in the franchise is defined by his transformation from assassin to Templar, embodying the theme of redemption and the search for truth. His story challenges the player's perceptions of the Assassin's Creed universe, presenting a narrative where right and wrong are not easily distinguished. Through Shay, players are invited to explore the complexities of history, ideology, and personal conviction, making his story a captivating and thought-provoking chapter in the series. So, as we don the green and raise our glasses this St. Patrick's Day, let's not forget the contributions of our virtual Irish brethren. Sean Macguire, with his quick wit quicker than his draw. Sean Devlin, who taught us the art of sabotage, can be as festive as a parade in Dublin. And Shay Cormac, who flips sides faster than I can down a pint of Guinness. May your day be as adventurous as theirs, minus the gunfire and historical upheavals. Happy St. Patrick's Day. May your quests be fruitful, your enemies forgiving, and your pints forever cold. Cheers.